Lean means identifying and eliminating waste in the process and was originally created by Toyota. The core idea in Lean is to maximize the customer value while minimizing waste. So that means how we are going to improve your processes so that we are going to give more features and functions to the customer, right? So we are going to give more, we are going to add more value to the customer. And at the same time, we want to do that with reduced resources. So we call it as a maximizing the customer value with minimizing waste. So simply lean means creating more value for customer with fewer resources. So if you want to coin a slogan for lean, it is more with less. That means more output with less input. So that is the slogan for lean, right? So for example, if you assume that currently your cost price is, your selling price is 100 US dollars and your cost price is 90 US dollars, then the profit, whatever you're going to make, is $10, right? But if you are going to implement lean in your process, then you are going to add more value to the customer. So the customer is willing to pay more for the product or service. So you'll be able to sell at a higher rate. So maybe the selling price you can increase to $110. And since you are going to do that with the lesser resources, your cost is going to be less. So that means your cost is $80. So your profit is going to be $30, right? So that means by implementing lean, then you will be able to command a better selling price because you are giving, the customer is not going to pay for the same product, but you are going to add more features and functions. So he is willing to pay more for that. And since you are going to do it at a lesser cost, your cost is going to be down. So your profitability is going to be very high, right? 3 times you can see. So that is the reason why most of the companies, they go for implementing lean. So the lean will help organizations efficiency by systematically reducing the cycle time, your errors, inventory, and respond quickly to customers. That is very important. So the implementation of lean will help you to respond very quickly to customers. So we are going to learn in detail how we are going to do that. So like Six Sigma, lean is also a top-down initiative. So again, a lot of push and direction has to come from the senior management for implementing lean. Okay. So again, the lean, again, you can see that where how the implementing lean will help any organization. So again, I'll just give my own example. So when I was working for the electronic component manufacturing company, then every year, April to June was a very lean period for us. So we used to get only orders which can fill only 30% of our capacity. So during one such year, one of our major customer, he just floated an inquiry somewhere during February, mid-February. And if you are going to get the 100% order against that inquiry, then our factory is going to be fully loaded from April to June. So I was very closely following up with the customer for getting the order. And all along I was telling him that I need 8 weeks of lead time for completing the entire delivery. But the customer was telling me that he will be able to confirm the order on me only after he gets the final confirmation from his customer. So till middle of end of March, I didn't get any feedback from them. But somewhere during the 4th of April, then one day night around 10 o'clock, I got a call from the customer. He said that his end customer has now confirmed the order on him, and then he wants to now place the order on me. But again, unfortunately, in order to meet his customer's due date, he will not be able to give me 8 weeks of lead time. So he'll be able to give only 6 weeks of lead time, right? So my asked lead time was around 8 weeks. but our customer is saying that he is willing to give only 6 weeks of lead time, right? And he wanted me to confirm whether I can, like, what percentage of the inquiry I can supply him. But again, he told me very sternly, saying that if I commit something, then I have to honor. I should not go back. Otherwise, it is going to, if I commit something and fail to deliver, then there is going to be a hefty penalty I will have to pay. So I'll have to be very careful in giving the commitment. So in that case, there are two possibilities are there, right? I have just, based upon the revised lead time, then I just gave it to my production planning department, and then they confirm that we will be able to deliver only 70% of the order if we are working in the same way. So now there are two possibilities for me. So option A is to go for 70% of the order I want to place it. So I will just say to the customer that I will just supply only 70% of the order. Option B is knowing fully well that if I'm going to err on the delivery, I'll have to pay a hefty penalty. Still, I would go ahead and then go for 100% of the order, right? So according to you, which option is a better option? Option A or option B? Can you type it on the chat box? So originally I asked for 8 weeks lead time, but the customer has given me only 6 weeks. So with the 6 weeks, with the current way of working, I'll be able to deliver only 70% of the order. So I should go for option A, that means only 70%, or should I go for B, that is 100%? Can you type your answer in the chat box? Okay. There are more A's, but there are few B's also. Yeah. Okay. I think there are more A's with some few B's. So the right answer is B. Why B? Because this customer, you have been keeping him very happy, so that till now you are the only loan supplier, and now now his requirement has changed, right? Because he is not asking for his own cushion. He is having a genuine requirement that until unless you are able to supply within 6 weeks, then he will not be able to meet his commitment, right? So now his requirement has changed. And at this point of time, if you are not able to support him, then what is going to happen? So you know that any organization, always some competition is there, right? So one of your main competitor, so he has been now trying to enter into this particular customer for quite a longer period of time. And because of your good service and good quality and good price, maybe you are able to be a monopoly. But now, when at this critical situation, you are unable to help your customer. So now you are supplying only 70%. So naturally, the customer will go to your competitor for the remaining 30%. And this competitor has been waiting for such an opportunity like this. And then he is going to grab this opportunity with both his hands. And then he will ensure that this 30% of the order is supplied with the best quality at the best price and with the quickest possible delivery with the best response time, right? And if he is going to complete this 30% order this year like that, so do you think that next year the customer is going to give 100% order to you? Is it possible? Yes or no? If your competitor has completed this 30% of the order, the next year, do you think that the customer is going to give 100% of the order to you? So again, he is going to say that, okay, maybe I will give you 60-40 or 50-50 or 40-60. He will again cross-check with your competitor about price, and then he will try to squeeze on the price, squeeze on the delivery, and then he will just put some stringent quality parameters and everything. So a lifelong, it is going to be a problem for you, right? So that is where the lean is going to help you. So again, now you'll have to analyze whenever the customer requirement has changed, then you'll have to make a genuine attempt and then see how this 8 weeks of lead time is currently happening, right? Maybe out of these 8 weeks, 4 weeks are there for the, because once you get the order, then only you can place the order on the supplier. So supplier is going to take 4 weeks. Then your production is going to take another 2 weeks. Your assembly is going to take another 1 week, and your sales is going to take another 1 week. So that is the current breakup of 8 weeks. Now you'll have to again go back to all these people, explain about this particular situation, and then see whether you can the suppliers can reduce it to 3 weeks. Then your process time is reduced to 1.5. Assembly and sales together put together 1.5 weeks, right? So that the same work you will be able to complete within 6 weeks, right? So once you are able to do whatever you have been doing in 8 weeks, if now you are able to do it in 6 weeks, then the remaining 2 weeks of your capacity is going to be available for making something for some other customer, right? So again, that is going to be a profit for the company, right? So always you should try to see whenever the customer requirements are becoming changing, see how you can meet the changing requirements of the customer. Many times whenever the customer is asking for a improved quality or a improved price or a reduced delivery time, we immediately think that the customer is trying to unnecessarily put the pressure on us. So we normally do not try to change our way of working. So in that case, slowly we will lose the competitive edge and we will be losing the customer to the competitor. So in order to ensure that that does not happen, so we need to really see how we can change our current processes and ensure that the changing customer requirements are met. So the true lean system is we call it the lean is a demand driven approach. So as and how the demand from the customer is changing, then we should be quickly able to adapt to their requirement and supply. So for that, the implementation of lean is going to be very, very helpful, right? By implementing lean, even if the customer is going to, his requirements are going to change, then we'll be able to meet their changing requirements. So that is very important. So again, I will just talk to you one more concept. Okay. So again, this is how a lean is going to be implemented in any organization. So when I moved from the manufacturing company to a service leader company, then the managing director, he told me that, okay,